So I've never been one to call myself a completionist, but when you're in a fandom for as long as I have been, 14 years, it's very likely that you're going to run into a brick wall as you finish the end of all the content and it's all gone. Luckily, that isn't really a thing for us Whovians. We don't have to worry about the well ever running dry for the books, the comics, the fan fiction, the fan films, and ongoing TV material always mean that we're in the loop. Sometimes you can never catch up. But one little thing does have to come to an end, as I only have a handful of Classic Who stories left. It's a marathon. Let's finish Doctor Who together. The classic series. And classics they were. Meglos. There's a grand total of 3 classic serials left, and then I have finished 100% completed Doctor Who. I haven't got one completionist bone in my body. Look at the whole... Oh my god, that game collection. Game, book and movie collection are just weighing on my mind at every single moment of the day. I don't like completing things. It's a miserable way to consume media. These are just stories I either don't recollect, kinda skipped over vaguely, or just fell through the gaps of my retrospective series. And there is one story for every single Doctor. 7 stories, 7 days. Let's do it. What's up first? The Savages. And because I'm not a completionist, I'm also not used to marathons. I find them very draining, so that will also be fun to watch as it takes a slow toll on me. I'm prioritising this over Ravages, okay? But we better do it within a week because this marathon comes with a time limit. I actually downloaded a BritBox trial. Sue me, if I have to give the BBC £6 more of my money for another month of BritBox, I won't be able to forgive myself. Oh god, a lot of Michael Caine movies, a lot of crime documentaries. We really overestimate our own culture, and who could forget Spitting Image? So while they don't have the Savages, I'm gonna have to do a crime. I've listened to The Savages once when I was doing my first Doctor retrospective. I kind of zoomed through it because at that point I think I was doing 4 Hartnell stories a day, which is ridiculous, and they will mould into one a bit. For those lovers of PowerPoint presentations, the Loose Cannon episode does its very best. It's a good reconstruction, but it sounds like that. My conscience took a hold and I decided, no, maybe don't steal Doctor Who The Savages, even if there isn't an official release out there. What would Doctor Who say? Actually, now I think about it, Doctor Who stole a time-space machine, so he doesn't get a thing to say about it. Something I did not expect, however, for it to be 4 hours long. I could watch a Lord of the Rings director's cut in that time. I could watch Shrek 3 times in that time. Alright, going in. I hope this isn't age. I ain't wasting my time. Sometimes I think about how the fan favourites became the fan favourites. If this was one of the only remaining Hartnell stories back in the 80s, 90s, would it be, oh, you gotta listen to The Savages? But instead we got the Web Planet. They kept the Web Planet. I think I'm starting to get why I maybe tuned out this first time round. It's pretty slow to start and the audio, it don't sound great. I don't think I got The Savages the first time round, you know? Children's entertainment. Whew. I had it pegged as a Star Trek style moral dilemma, but no, they tell you pretty early on who is in the right and who is in the wrong, and you'd have to be a pretty deranged person to disagree with our main characters. There is only one correct decision here. It's like the Macro Terror in that way. There's a supposedly utopian colony which is being run by nefarious people. In this one, they don't even realise. And it's more a matter of convincing Doctor who they're all buttering up and giving knighthoods to, that there is a problem here.
I will stay. Well, I must say, young man, I'm very proud of you.
Stephen really was a grumpy bastard this season, but it's well earned. one of the most capable companions, next to Dodo Chapler, and you think the Doctor would listen to him more often. A technologically advanced society with an underclass. These are key component sci-fi ideas, and I might even say it's a little bit before its own time. It's really quite good. Not quite enough to sustain 4 hours, or even the televised 2 hours. I wouldn't say anyone would call it their favourite. But Black is one of those 60s writers I really liked. This is how you do a Doctor Who future story. It's even aged well. Hartnell years. Perhaps that's the imagination at play though. Who knows? We'll never know. Tuesday. Today's second Doctor story is Enemy of the World, because I always forget this serial even exists. Luckily, Doctor Who stories are like 25 minutes, which makes them perfect exercise length. Excuse me whilst I show you my terrible sordid setup. Elliptical from the 80s, 90s. It doesn't work. We have Nev up there. Hey buddy, it's been a long time. And the demon of my daily workouts. Him. He's just a fixture, he just stays there. But one thing he is really good at is holding the phone whilst I bike. Enemy of the World! That is a mad ending to an episode. Huh? I think I did watch it back when it got released on DVD, although I wasn't really in a big Doctor Who phase. That would have been 2013, so I would have been peak. I'm not into classic Who anymore. I wasn't even into the revival at that point in time. So I bought The Web of Fear and Enemy of the World, and I think I only just watched the first episode of Enemy of the World, where I was like, alright, that's... To me at that time, it was like a last chance. Which is a shame, because if I'd stuck around, I really would have been proven wrong instantly. Enemy of the World is unique and interesting, not only because it's a different kind of Doctor Who story, straight James Bond, but also because it's one of the few classic adventures to get a public reappraisal. They discovered it, everyone realised, this is actually great, and it's gone up in everybody's estimations as one of the best Second Doctor stories. I'm not sure I'll go quite that far, but it is quality. Side swapping, espionage, it's a lot of people in rooms talking, which in an audio or a novelisation may not seem that interesting. And hell, the visuals hardly add that much to it. But I don't know, I think it's Troughton. I think it's being able to see the performances. Although next time you're watching it, see just how long it takes for the Doctor to get involved with the plots. The beginning of episode 4 starts with him going, okay, yes, I'll do something. Dude, it's a 6-parter. We're basically done here. Today's episode is Invasion of the Dinosaurs. I definitely watched this one before. I watched all of Pertwee for my retrospective, but I think I got halfway through Invasion and decided this isn't standing out in any capacity. It's not going to be on the best list, and it's definitely not going to be on the worst list. So I was like, I get the gist, because I was so excited and just wanted to get on with making the video by that point. So this is going to be familiar. I don't think it's my kind of story. Sometimes there's the kitsch and the silliness, and I appreciate the effects put into the crappy effects and models. This isn't one of those times. If I had the DVD, I would watch the new effects with the actual dinosaurs. Sometimes Doctor Who's endearing, sometimes it's too overambitious, and I can admire it, but I don't really enjoy it. And the Invasion of the Dinosaurs either has to lean into that totally and just be like Dinosaur Mania, or be a bunch of corridors and prison escapes and death camps, and it's definitely... The political scheming doesn't mash in with the silliness of the Spy Kids 2 Island of Lost Dreams, whatever vibe the rest of it has. So that's just my basic thoughts. I'm going to watch it in a bit because actually I'm suited and booed for a job interview currently. I've got an hour and I'm bricking it. It's going to be very weird going from this to that. A real tonal whiplash. I'd rather be watching Time Wasters, honestly. Can I remake this video, start again? And it's just me binging the comedy series Time Wasters from 2017. When it comes to time travel, give me 15 scenes of this, please. They're trying their best! I was completely wrong about the effects. The effects are the most endearing part about it because it's the most interesting thing about it. It's the only thing that really makes it stand out. The Brigadier certainly has a lot of impatience for the Doctor. He's very distrusting in this one for the guy who saved the Earth and was bang on the money the previous 50 times. Now he's under arrest. Bring it in, my man! How could you do this? Oh my god. I mean, it's the most forgettable thing, whereas this, I'm not forgetting about this anytime soon. He's battling Muppets, for God's sake. John Pertwee's battling Muppets, and none of my family are watching. It breaks my heart. He's a big T-Rex. I'm quite drunk. I think it's helping. The effects I'm fine with. Like, I forgot how much I liked kaiju movies. A Doctor who cares about the effects, man? The problem is that dinosaurs are like actual animals, whereas Doctor Who's always excelled at the other. You can just be a sock puppet if it's something identifiable, but a lizard is a lizard. If Doctor Who's gonna battle dinosaurs, which it seems like the very essence of Doctor Who the character should be doing on a daily basis, then this is the most boring version of it possible. There's no fun Doctor moments. Sarah Jane Smith has put on a spaceship into the most forgettable subplot imaginable. I wish I knew how that connected up. And you couldn't pay me to care about Mike Yates. If you couldn't tell he was a wrong'un, then you shouldn't be in the army. Hot take. So no, I don't think I'll be bowing to peer pressure on this one. It's just not for me.